very nice progression that Krishna is giving here. And in this particular purport to text 62, Srila Prabhupada gives a very beautiful example, which can be very confusing at first. So I'd like to explain it to you to the best of my capacity. Srila Prabhupada here in the purport is talking about an example of Lord Shiva and Haridas Thakur. You know that when Lord Shiva was deep in meditation and Parvati came to him for sense enjoyment, and immediately Lord Shiva left with Parvati, indulged in sense enjoyment, and thus Kartikeya was born. Srila Prabhupada writes this in the purport. Srila Prabhupada then gives another scenario. He says, whereas we see the life of Haridas Thakur, where the expansion of Maya Devi herself had come to allure Haridas Thakur. But Haridas Thakur did not get allured. He was fixed in his chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He was fixed. He did not get allured by the propositions of Maya Devi herself. So Haridas Thakur was able to control, his senses. He did not get persuaded by the lust. So sometimes this can be a very difficult example because it's Lord Shiva we are talking about. Lord Shiva, who is Param Vaishnav. Lord Shiva is, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. We always say this about Lord Shiva. Then how are we saying that Lord Shiva has indulged in sense gratification? How can we say that? Is it proper to say that? Is it okay to say that? But Srila Prabhupada has said it, and the explanation is also given. You see, Lord Shiva, this is to establish what is pure devotional service and what is mixed devotional service. When devotional service is tinged with material modes, then what is the result? This is not so much an direct impression on Lord Shiva himself or on Haridas Thakur. So we should be clear in understanding this before we move any further. This is not to put down Lord Shiva that, he, got indulged by Parvati Devi, so he is of a lower category. No. That's never should be how we should understand this. But rather we should understand what they both were actually engaged in. Haridas Thakur was engaged in pure, unmotivated, unalloyed, pure devotional service. Uninterruptedly he was chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Lord Shiva, he is also meditating, but Lord Shiva's way of doing the meditation is that that Lord Shiva is the presiding deity for the mode of ignorance. So there is a tinge of the material influence that comes in. So because of that, when we are not engaged in pure devotional service, that is the result. That happened with Lord Shiva. That is the only understanding that we should try and get from this particular example. And we should never try to look down upon Lord Shiva that, he being of a Vaishnava stature, why did he get indulged in sense gratification? That's not how we should see this. But this example is there in the Bhagavad Gita itself. Prabhupada has given this not to put down the position of Lord Shiva, but to rather establish the position of pure devotional service. That pure devotional service is so much above and beyond that any kind of allurement to sense gratification will not pull us down, will not allure us. That is the guarantee. That if we can engage in pure devotional service, then our result can be like that of Haridas Thakur's. So that is what we need to take from this particular verse.